This week on the Georgia and Daniel Show, join us for dinner at the Taylor Home. We were invited to our friends Bonnie, Bob, and Matt home for dinner, conversation with friends, and game Honey Drop. All this and much more coming up this week. Episode 67 of our podcast, the Georgia and Daniel Show, starts right now on Special Chronicles.
I didn't know that you had a crush on me. How did I never see all that we could have been? High time we turned the pages, start a story for the ages. High time we got it going, got it going on. No, it's never easy for people who love anymore, but we gotta try, 'cause you and I were meant to be. I love you, baby, and I know it takes more than words to show it. You are the one.
Welcome back again to the Georgia and Daniel Show. My name is Georgia from Georgia's Kitchen Show and Dan's Cutest to Love.
And my name is Daniel from SpecialChronicles.com and Georgia's Cutest to Love. And is it just me? Oh, on this episode 67, are we wearing the same clothes that we wore last week?
Starting right now, no.
Aren't we wearing the same clothes that we wore last week? Because we pre-taped last week's episode just 30 minutes ago. Today.
Sorry, yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we're wearing the same clothes 2 weeks in a row.
Yes, I just said yes.
So we're letting the listeners, we're letting that fourth wall down. But this, so again, we're recording this the 16th of August, 2021. But people, you listeners are going to hear this next week. Well, I mean, by the time you hear this, it's not next week. It's you guys are hearing this episode releases August 24th, right?
Yes.
So a week ago, yesterday. Yesterday from the time we're recording this, a week ago, by the time you guys hear this, we were invited, right? You, babe.
Yes.
Me and my dad. Three of us were invited to our friends Bonnie, Bob, and Mallory Taylor's home in Naperville, Illinois. Right? Dinner at the Taylor home. And I just happened to have turned the voice recorder on my phone on and recorded some audio from there.
Yes, he did.
So first, your mom dropped you off at my house, and then we drove my dad to the house, right?
Yeah, all the way down to Naperville.
So just before we get into some of these audio clips, first, should we take a quick promo break?
Sure.
So you're listening.
You're listening to the Georgia
and Daniel Show on SpecialChronicles.com. Georgia's impressions and audio clips live from the Taylor home, all coming up after.
International Podcast Day is September 30th, and you can help spread the word. You may be asking, what can I do to get involved? It's pretty simple. Head over to internationalpodcastday.com and check the suggestions. Then use hashtag International Podcast Day to join the conversation. You can reach out and connect with other podcasters, listeners, and your favorite podcast hosts. Remember September 30th, International Podcast Day, a day-long celebration of the power of podcasts.
hopefully you all will go and check out International Podcast Day. But now, babe, your initial thoughts.
I thought that I had so much fun. I actually got to know Mallory a lot. And then,
Well, speaking of getting to know, before we get into the rest of our time at the Taylor home, speaking of getting to know Mallory, you asked Mallory some questions, right?
yes, I did, because I wanted to get to know her better.
And speaking of getting to know Mallory a little bit better, we've got some audio of you talking to Mallory.
Yes.
Should we go ahead and roll that tape? Roll that tape? Is that what the kids say?
Rolling.
That's what the old kids say. What? Rolling? Rolling? Is that what you
Yeah,
said?
that's what I just said. Rolling.
Rolling the tape as Mallory talks. No, as Georgia talks to Mallory.
No, I don't.
Okay. Well, do you like pets?
I do, yes. My brother got a pet cat named Dad. It's an Irish name for a cat. So,
What are you doing? Oh, for God's sake.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to my new sister, Mallory Taylor.
And we're sitting in the backyard, right?
that's right. Did you hear me?
Yes, babe.
What other questions are you going to ask Mallory?
Well, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is blue.
So am I. I love blue.
Me too. It's a good one.
Yeah. Do you love living here?
I do, yes. I live here with my great parents, Bonnie and Bob.
They're very fun parents.
Oh, yeah, they really are. We are the three musketeers. So,
Nice.
that's us.
Well, last question. How did you meet my Daniel here?
When I first met Daniel, I was at a pizza restaurant. He went to do a live podcast together. So we did.
Yes. Yeah.
Very cool.
That place is now closed down.
Yeah.
Not because of us being there.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the questions I have for you.
Wait, is that when we first met?
I think it was the first time we met was when I did
It was.
the first podcast in
Yeah.
the house.
Yeah. Yeah, my house.
Yeah.
And then at the pizza.
Yes, that's the one. There you go.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't keep track, so, but.
I know. I can't keep track. It's all the years of blending
Yeah.
together.
Of course.
Well, this is my first time meeting you,
Oh.
so thank you for making my day.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah. We're great friends. We're great sisters.
Yeah. There we go.
All right.
So you got to get to know your sister. Sister? Sister.
No.
Sister?
It's actually sister, so it's SISTA. Instead of saying sister, you say sister.
Sis.
That's really in right now.
It's sis. Da. Sister.
Here, let me. Wait.
Sister.
I can't.
So, you got to know your sister. Your sister, okay. And after you got to know your sister Mallory, and again, you guys, that was just a glimpse. This is just an audio glimpse. We talked more with Mallory and her parents
Off the phone.
off the audio, off the podcast, off the pod. Bonnie and Bob, and you guys, just because we don't want to share our entire lives with you on the pod, just we want to give you a glimpse of our adventures of our life from a different angle. So just a glimpse of our time at the Taylor home, and that's what we're giving you guys. So
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun to hang out with. It was my second time at their house, and it was your first time, and
It was actually my first and only time, because I have met Bonnie herself, because she's friends with me on Facebook, but I've never seen her.
you met her
in
virtually.
person.
Yeah, so you met her virtually on the socials, on the social media, but not in person before. So yeah,
Yeah.
So speaking of Bonnie, that was the next part. Now we didn't get any audio with Bob. We should have asked you. Well, okay, there was some audio with Bob when we learned about this new dice game called Penny Drop. There was some, but you didn't get to ask Bob any questions. Maybe next time.
Yeah, well, because I wanted just to talk to Mallory and Bonnie.
Okay.
I didn't have time to talk to Bob at that point.
But maybe next time that we go to the house, next time that we hang out with them, you should get some audio with Bob.
Yes,
but
the reason why I didn't have time to talk to him is because he was too busy cooking. That's why.
Yeah, no, I understand that, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But next time, maybe you can ask Bob some questions. So maybe even add a live podcast. You guys, maybe if we do a live podcast, then maybe, yeah, right? We can ask people questions in front of a live audience, in front of a live studio audience. But
yeah, I mean, I would love to do another questionnaire, another trivia. I'm up for it.
In front of a live audience, yeah. So after you talked to Mallory, her mom, Bonnie, came, and again, you guys, we were sitting on it was on their back porch, right? Like there was like some outdoor.
It was a backyard patio.
And it was it wasn't a couch. It was like some comfy chairs on the back, right? It was kind of like a couch, right? Some comfy chairs on the back porch.
Yes, but as I just said, we sat in the backyard patio. A patio is where they have a couch and chairs.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I was just saying the same thing.
Oh,
so after you talked to Mel, you talked to her mom, Bonnie, right?
I did.
And you enjoyed talking to Bonnie?
I did. I wanted to know what her life was in Naperville, and I think she was pretty cool. Like, I really get to know Bonnie a lot. So,
and hopefully Bonnie is listening to this right now. But speaking of Bonnie, I think we've got some tape of you talking to Bonnie. Should we roll that?
Yeah.
Should we roll that tape with Bonnie?
Yes, please.
Okay. We're gonna, as the kids, as the old kids say. Wait, no, that's people our age. We're not old. We're young. As the old kids say, let's roll that tape.
Roll the tape.
Roll the tape.
In my house, I'm good.
How long have you lived here?
So we moved here from Minnesota. We've lived in Naperville since 1998. Mallory was 15 months old when we moved here.
Very cute.
Yeah, she was little. So we've been in the same house ever since.
That's very
So
cool.
I'm glad you guys are here in Naperville today.
Yeah.
So fun. So we actually met Dan because of Special Olympics Illinois.
Yeah.
So I always tell everybody, great friends through Special Olympics. And now Dan has introduced us to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I met Dan, an
athlete leadership training.
athlete leadership program, but that was probably my second year.
Oh, wow. And how long have you been dating?
6 years.
Very nice. We're
Wait,
so glad you guys,
is it?
6 years already.
Yes.
Oh, Dan. Boys never know the dates. Right.
Yes.
I tell you.
I'm recording the
Did you have any pets like when you were growing up?
Did I have any pets? I did. I had a dog named Scutterbotch. I grew up in Fargo, North Dakota.
That's the name.
Yeah,
That's a famous phone name.
My dad named him because he was the color of butterscotch.
Oh,
And he called him
okay.
Scutterbotch instead. I don't know.
That's a long name.
A long name. Yes.
Yeah.
But we don't, my kids have not had any pets growing up because we have a lot of allergies, my husband and I. But my son, Mitch, he lives in Chicago. He rescued a cat.
Oh.
And the cat is, first Ted. He went through a couple cats and then he, he adopted one. And its name is Dab. D as in David, like Dab, like Dab. So we cat sit for him. So the cat is coming out to stay next weekend with us, right, Mallory? We're going to cat sit Dab for Mitch.
Cool.
Yeah.
Right?
But otherwise, I didn't have any pets growing up. Do you have pets?
I did. I had my first.
I did. You do.
Like 2 blocks of
I had my first cat. His name was Tom. His real name was Thomas. I have this other cat named Lady Catelyn Stark from the Game of Thrones.
Okay.
So we call her Cat for short. She's my baby.
You'll have to show me a picture.
I have a picture.
Okay, good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Yeah. Very cool. We're glad you guys are here for dinner at the Taylor house today.
Yeah.
Right?
We are the 3 musketeers, so to keep a quote on that.
Mallory calls Bob, me and her, the 3 musketeers.
Anything else you want to say?
They made it kind of a secure safe.
I'm just really love being here. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're excited to have you guys here. So,
Guys, are my Special Olympics family.
Special Olympics family, right? We're thankful for Special Olympics to make good friends.
I'm the only person who has Down syndrome in my family.
Oh, Mallory's the only one in our family too.
Yeah,
And you and she have a twin.
and I have a twin, and she's having a baby.
I am so excited.
God!
Your new aunt.
Yeah, so she's due in September.
Congratulations.
So my sister's due in 3 days.
Yeah.
2 days.
And now, my cousin from Georgia,
She's gonna have
she's gonna have a new baby named Allison.
Allison. She's already.
And it's gonna be due in October.
And
So,
Lauren's having a baby too. So I'm a great aunt.
Lowen, the Lowen that we know from United.
Is what, Jen?
The Lowen that we know from
Yeah. No, it's a
United.
different Lauren. Nope.
I was like,
No.
Lowen and Garrett, are
I
they?
have a niece named Lauren.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I was like, Lowen and
we
Garrett. I
got
didn't
a
know.
big family.
Yeah, we do.
I'm on both sides. Like, I'm on my mom's side and some on my dad's side.
In Minnesota?
Yep, they kind of live all over. So Chelsea lives in Georgia, my niece who's having a baby, and then my other niece Lauren lives in Ohio.
Yeah.
So
Cincinnati, Ohio.
So what's the game that you were going to show us?
it's called Penny Drop. We're gonna play a new game. We're gonna teach Adam, Dan, and Georgia today. It's called Penny Drop. It's a dice game.
No, we're not.
You-
It's a really fun game.
Do you drop pennies?
Yes.
Is that-
That's the name of the game. So,
You drop some pennies. Yep. So it's
so I got one and I am pretty good. So just put it out there.
there's a challenge. Yeah,
It's a game of chance.
So.
It's almost so a game that my dad and I.
Skill required. Yeah.
A game my dad and I always play is backgammon. Have you guys played?
Oh, that's a fun.
It seems like it's a game of chance too, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it's
That's some skill, maybe.
We do some outside games too. The bags and catching the flag.
So if you don't make the right moves, the dice isn't going to help you.
Right. Yeah.
So it's a combination of both.
That's true. Great.
Okay, I'm gonna
So
start.
we'll go play our game.
Yes.
We should play.
Are we doing penny drop now or back?
Yeah, I want to teach them penny drop. That's
Yeah,
we'll have to sit around this table over here.
Table over there. All right.
Hey, what are you doing?
So we asked
Hey.
them to talk. So that was a good lead-in. You like talking to Bonnie, right?
Yes, I was, but I kind of did a bonehead move about talking about Kate.
Oh no, that's okay. Well, and I accidentally mentioned talking about my sister, but that's okay. It's all good. It shouldn't be anything that we should.
Well, she told me not to say anything on public wise
yeah,
and online, so
my-
I'm gonna lie to myself right now.
It's okay. Well, my sister told me the same thing, but I mean, we didn't talk about it that much,
Okay.
so let's not really worry about it.
So, am I in the clear as of right now?
Yeah. Let's not worry about it. But that clip with Bonnie was a good transition at the end because she said she's going to teach us a new dice game, Honey Drop.
Yeah. But then your dad joined in one of the conversations that was in that audio clip.
Yeah. Well, and at the end of that audio clip, Bonnie said that she wanted to teach us a new dice game, Honey Drop. And
Yeah.
so we're going to, now all of you listeners are going to get to hear and learn for the first time, as we learned for the first time. Like, this is live podcasting to tape. Learn about the new Honey Drop game. So should we roll that tape?
Sure.
So, roll the tape, learn about Honey Drop. So, the purpose of Honey Drop?
It's called Penny Drop, and we're going to shake some dice. You want to be the one who gets rid of all your pennies first. You don't want to end up with pennies. So
I assume tossing them, it doesn't.
No, so you're going to roll this fancy dice, and your goal is to get sixes, because then your penny drops in the box. Only number 6 does your penny drop in the box. If you roll a 1, a 2, or a 3, it stays on top. But that's okay too, because then. Okay. But if you roll,
what you don't want to do is you don't want to get a double. So as you roll a number, like Bonnie said, 1, 2, or 3. If you roll another 1, 2, or 3, you have to take all those pennies back.
Take it back.
So what you want to do is at some point you're going to be done with your turn and you're going to pass it to the next person. So let's say Bonnie did a 1, 2, 3,
so
right?
I shook the dice and I got 1, 2, and 3.
She's not. She doesn't want to roll anymore. So then she gives this to me.
She has the choice of rolling.
Yeah, she passes it to me, and now I can only get a 4, 5, or 6. If I roll a 1, 2, or 3, I got to take these 3 pennies, and then I got to give the box to your dad.
So go ahead, roll.
So you have to take.
Yep. Yeah. So I pass it.
So I got a 6. So I would put my penny in, and I'd say I'm done, and I'm going to go give it to him.
The goal is you want to get rid of your pennies, because
you want to get rid of all 12 of your pennies.
Your dad rolls a 1, 2, or 3 now.
Now he rolled a 2.
He has to
take
the
all 3 of those pennies, and then he'd give the empty box and the dice to Mallory.
Why did I put in 2 slots open?
Because you rolled a 2.
So you can only put in a 2, and the 2 is already covered.
It's the number that
2 is covered.
Gotcha. So then I pick everything I pass.
When you bought the game, did it come with pennies?
No,
No.
it did not. You have to supply your own pennies.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we'll let Georgia go first.
So, Georgia, you went first, and wasn't that a lot of fun playing Penny Drop?
Yeah, that was actually super fun. I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And then at one point, I had 4 pennies left. I almost won.
Yeah.
But then, I think it was like 4 or 5 rounds that we played Penny Drop.
No, we played we did 3 different games of it. But
that's what I just said.
Yeah. And who won the first game? I think
Bob did.
Bob won the first game. Then my dad won the second game, and then I won So there was what? There was three girls, 3 guys, and the 3 guys won.
Yes, but guess who was bragging last night?
I wasn't bragging.
Yep, babe, you were.
Okay. I didn't mean to. But, okay, it was fun.
Babe, that was a new game for me to actually try.
It was a new game for me too. And
for you too. So maybe once we go back, maybe we can have a rematch where all the females win. I'm not gonna brag about what I did.
No, we should have a rematch. So, if Bonnie and Mel and Bob, if you're listening, we want to have a rematch and play Penny Drop again. And hopefully, all of you listeners, Bonnie sent me a link to it on Amazon. So, in the show notes for this episode 67, specialchronicles.com/GD show67, we're gonna put a link to where you can buy this game on Amazon. I think it's like $19 on Amazon. Hopefully, it might be a little cheaper. I'm hoping, but we're gonna put a link to where you can buy this game on Amazon if you guys want to go and check it out and play for yourself, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and
the view was fantastic.
What?
The view was fantastic.
The view of
the backyard.
Oh, yeah, it was. So, folks, if you guys want to play Penny Drop along with us, we'll put a link to the game in the show notes. specialchronicles.com/GD show67. And we're going to take a short sponsor break and then get in touch with us and wrap up the show. Babe?
Yeah.
So, are you listening?
You're listening to Georgia
and Daniel Show on specialchronicles.com. We'll be right back. Support for Special Chronicles comes from listeners like you. As an independent public media podcast, Special Chronicles will always be there for you. Now we're asking you to be there for us. As a nonprofit independent media organization, we only make programs like Special Chronicles with listener support. Our programs provide weekly, candid, honest, and inspiring conversations about the people with disabilities community that creates awareness, support, and advocacy within each week's episode. Listeners tell us our shows are an enjoyable and necessary podcast for the intellectual and developmental disability community and everyone else who is able to listen to stories about life from a different angle. Please, if you and your family love our weekly podcast, make a one-time, monthly, or annual gift of thanks today. Support this podcast at specialchronicles.com/give. That's specialchronicles.com/give. Support for Special Chronicles comes from ComEd. Special Chronicles is proud to partner with the ComEd Energy Force Ambassador Program. The Energy Force is the country's first energy efficiency education program designed for and taught by people with disabilities. ComEd is powering lives and really is powering us here at Special Chronicles to keep the lights on and our technology is powered on. As ComEd powers the lives of us, they're literally giving a voice to people with special needs. We thank ComEd for the generous support of our mission at Special Chronicles. Learn more at specialchronicles.com/ComEd. That's specialchronicles.com/ComEd. And we're back. Babe, you want to tell the listener friends how they can follow you on the Insta?
Sure. So if you guys want to follow me on the Insta, that would be at PeachGeorgia22.
And if you want to follow me on the Insta, it's at PodmanDan, PodmanDan. You want to follow both of us on the Insta and the Facebook?
Daniel, I can talk today. Daniel and Georgia.
And if you follow, you can tweet us and follow us on Twitter at DanielGeorgiaS, hashtag GeorgiaandDanielShow. You can sign up for StreamYard, specialchronicles.com/StreamYard tutorial. You can email us, Daniel and Georgia at specialchronicles.com, and donate, specialchronicles.com/give, so we can continue to be behind the microphone. And follow this network and find all links to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, our newsletter, mailing list, all of our podcasts, specialchronicles.com. And yeah, I feel like there was something else I was going to say, but we'll be back next week. We hope you guys all have enjoyed this week's episode. Well, yeah, this week's episode. It's one episode per week, so our fun time at the Taylor Home, right? Mm-hmm. And if you guys have any ideas, topics, stuff that you want us to talk about on the show, email us on Daniel and Georgia at specialchronicles.com, or reach out to us on the Instagram or Facebook. We'd love to get in touch with you, right?
We would love to hear from all of you.
Yes, we'd love to hear from all of you. So until then, you've been listening.
You've been listening to Georgia
and Daniel Show on specialchronicles.com. We'll see you next week, and we'll catch you later. Bye. Catch you later.
Special Chronicles, giving respect and a voice to people